bronze to mythic. If I could only open some rares.
That's freaking terrible.
But we'll work hard to solve the format.
7 wins.
And I'm sure we'll make it there.
All right, what is up, my friends? Welcome to Bronze to Mythic. And no draft today, my friends. We are there. Made it to Mythic. Took us 18 drafts. And today we're going to do the series retrospective, courtesy of Untapped.gg. Again, please download Untapped. You can track all your drafts just like this. It's free to download. It's phenomenal software. You play Arena on your computer, you don't have Untapped, you're screwing up. Go to use my link. It's an affiliate link. Please use my own link so they get credit. They know I sent you there, and they sponsor me. It's great. Untapped.gg is the bomb. So we're going to go over literally our entire run, all 18 drafts, and just do a little retrospective about what we learned about the format and how things went. This is a very good run for us. 18 drafts to Mythic is tied for second best all time on Bronze to Mythic. So it's a very, very good run. We had a win rate of 68%, which is quite good. We had 7 7-win runs. Took us just about under 24 hours. And we entered at Mythic 191, which is quite good as well. So our stats, we were junned a lot. Wow. Whether we're splashing, whether black-green splashing, full junned, red-green splashing, either way. And Jund had a pretty good win rate here of 68%, right on par, honestly. We were Esper the next most amount of time, also an on-par win rate. Amusingly enough, actually, Bant is considered the best combo in the format, but our Bant decks were one of our lowest win rates, which is actually pretty interesting. So I don't know if folks are fighting over Bant or whatever. I would say our Rakdos decks were pretty awesome. We had a few straight Rakdos decks that were phenomenal. 78% is really, really good. Gruul, surprisingly 71%. 4-color stuff, that was just one draft, went 7-2. Demir, one draft, went 7-1, and then smaller sample sizes down here. Our one shitty Grixis deck did not do too well. So that's the overall. Let's look here from draft to draft. Draft number 1 was a Jund deck. Very, very clearly draft number 1. Kind of a mishmash of cards here. Warm Welcome. We had Mr. Oreo, Cleanup Crew, Mass Bandage, Scholar Greeters. Just like a fine deck full of not much synergy. And we worked our way through. Deck number 2 is one of the really cool ones. And honestly, this deck was super sweet. This is a straight Demir deck. Double Lackey, double Contender, super good curve, 4 Snooping Newsy, Ledger Shredder, Kraken, 2 Evelyns, which is just silly, obviously. But just a really, really consistent 2-color deck. And really, really early on, we sort of established this lay groundwork for the format of what happens in this format a lot is either your straight 2-color, low curve, good synergy deck, or your 3-color, high card quality, and hopefully a lot of fixing deck. This deck did not have a lot of fixing. It's not nearly enough. But as we'll see later on, decks can do it and be reasonable. So deck 3, Jund again, mostly black-red. Not a great deck. We see here we were playing Sawjack. You had Jewel Thief, Mr. Oreo again, but again, Ray Rumble's not very good. We didn't realize that yet. Bass Bandits is only okay. Not a great deck here. 4-3, pretty reasonable. So we were Jund again in our next deck, and this one was a little bit better. More of a Rakdos splash green deck. We had Nightclubber, more Mr. Oreos, and again, more of a 3-color deck. The mana was here was still not great. We still weren't taking lands high enough, but better finish, 6-3. And then our second trophy, with a 4-color deck, which was mostly, this is actually mostly Bant. It's Bant splashing for 2 Revelers, which is not very good. Boon of Safety is not great. Lackey, Parcel, still playing some crappers. Servant was good, but Scarab was great. A bit too many bad cards in this deck, honestly. Hadn't really figured out what cards were good yet. Getaway cards, super sweet, but I think that kind of splashing Revelers off of itself looked good at first. It was actually really bad. 7 mana for this card is not okay. We already had a Garden, but it just wasn't really worth it. So kind of like a Bant deck with a few bad cards in it. Not really the best, but went 7-3. Went 7-2, so it was still pretty reasonable. So next deck was Rakdos, and again, this is where I was really, really happy with a solid 2-color synergy deck. Straight 2 colors, good synergy here. Body Dropper, Fatal Grudge, Nightclubber, Plasma Jockey, Forge Boss, just a pretty solid looking like sacrificey deck. Good aggression, good curve outs, able to punish those kind of slow tap land decks. And next deck was Esper, where we quickly realized that wiretapping was not good at all. It was way too slow. Just a mishmashy deck, nothing too great here. And then Grixis. Good old Grixis here did not perform particularly well. This deck looked kind of cool. We had Underdog, we had Diabolist, but again, mana was okay, but not great. And just like straight 3 colors, but playing a lot of synergy cards, like Unlucky Witness, but like not really with you want to be more powerful with your 3-color decks. It was kind of a mess. I don't know. We were Bant. This Bant deck went 4-3. Had Lagrella. Deck looks not bad, honestly. Elspeth. Parcel's really bad. And this is part of like the it's not like a trap to play Parcel, I think, because I think if you're playing Parcel, your mana's too bad. You also want to be 2 colors or 3 colors with a bajillion lands. So Parcel's not too great. Servant's good, but overall it's kind of like a middling Bant deck. Nothing super exciting here. And next draft was Bant again. This time going 5-3. This deck looked better. Rafine's Informants, multiple decoys. We had double decoy, double dagger, which is insane. Double duelist, broker's ascendancy. I'm actually surprised this deck didn't get 7 wins. Because like ascendancy, double duelist, double decoy, double dagger, just like a reasonable amount of creatures in ascendancy, but didn't get there. Happens, I suppose. Not super exciting, whatever. And then we come to my favorite deck of the entire series. We did this once in Strixhaven where we were the off-color guild. We were Azorius Community College. This time we were just blue-red. No gangs, no affiliation, just blue-red cards. And this deck was awesome. I was very sad this deck only went 4-3. It was a lot better than that. 5 lackeys, 2 sticky fingers. We had a little chats. We had light 'em ups and I guess light 'em ups not very good, but Metamorphosis, Roast Masters, a lot of like cheap stuff, Urbrass, counterspells. Sorry, no counterspells actually. This deck would have killed for a counterspell. Oh my god! But super cool deck. Was a lot of fun. It was sweet. It was sweet. I wanted to be mono red at once in this thing. Never really got there. But next deck was Gruul. Was Jund. This is where again if you want to be a 3-color deck, this is how you splash. All black red. 1 Charm, 1 Inferno, 1 Envoy, 1 Bandits, and then multiple lands to fix. That's it. So that's one of the this is how you want to do it if you're going to be 2 colors with the splash. Looks really, really good. All the cards are splashing are super high impact late game cards, which is sweet. Up next was Esper for a 6-3. Double Augur, Evelyn. This was the opposite. This was sort of like a mid-range kind of Garbo deck, but we had a ton of lands. We had 2 storefronts, hideout, district, towers, a lot of fixing, some powerful cards here, double Augur, Evelyn. And the thing is, like, cards like Augur will go a little bit late because the players who are trying to stay 2 colors and keep your deck uniform will pass on this card. So you can make it work with the raw power cards, so they do go a little bit later as long as your mana works. And we had another Bant deck. We went 4-3. This deck was pretty good. Servant, Duelist, Lagrella. Oh, this was the Citizen deck. This is earlier today. So tried to take the Citizen thing all the way. 3 Observers, take to the streets. The problem with this deck was we had tons of Citizens. We had Agents, Skycrier, Gardener, Servant, Sawjack, etc. Groundbreaker, Duelist. The problem is we played too many of the payoffs that require you to have a lot of Citizens in 3 Observers and 1 take to the streets. You probably want like 1 to 2 cards like this. We had way too many. So we had games where we drew like Observer, take to the streets, and couldn't cast any of them, which is a problem. So a bit misbuilt, a bit misdrafted, but I'm happy we tried the Citizen thing. Then we had a Rakdos deck that was freaking awesome. This deck was phenomenal. Basically mono red, splashing for 3 body droppers, a dig at the body, and a court official. Otherwise, all red cards. Strangle, Torch Breath, Mayhem Patrol. Facebreaker was great. Roast Master, super awesome. 2 employments for sacrifice synergies. Plasma Jockey, great deck. Picture perfect black-red deck. Next deck was Esper. Again, the opposite. This was a total 3-color deck. Tons of lands. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 8 non-basics for a pretty ambitious mana base. Just straight 3 colors. Skycrier, Court Official, Rafinha was our first pick. We leaned on it pretty hard, and card quality was good enough. Had some really close games, but was sweet. Was very impressed with Graveyard Shift. Cards have been pretty good, actually. Having Flash on your Zombify is pretty awesome. And then we started grueling. This deck was awesome. This deck is picture perfect Gruul. Gruul is, known to be one of the worst decks in the format, but if you're drafted like this, it's really, really good. 4 Fixers, 3 Jewel Thieves, Double Dagger, double Strangle, Pump Spells, Cheap Curve, Gardener, Prize Fight, removal spells, couple rares here, Breaker and Valet. This deck was a dream. Awesome, aggressive, super awesome. And then our Mythic making deck, which was Gruul, was a much, much worse version of this deck. Lacked all the good 2-drops. Had some more big stuff. Was definitely clunkier, but got the job done with 5-3 and made us to Mythic. So overall feelings in the format, it's a little swingy. It's a little hard to catch up and fall behind. But I really, really like the dichotomy between this being not just a 3-color format. It's not just like, all right, what 3-color shard are you? That's your deck. The fact that you can draft any of the 5 families, any of the 5 allied color pairs, and then you can also occasionally be like 4 colors or even like 2 off colors is super, super cool. So that part of the format I like a lot. A little swingy, but overall I enjoyed it. Pretty cool format. Definitely felt like we had a good grip on it by the end of it. And yeah, super fun. So this is our wrap up for Bronze and Mythic. Again, the next set doesn't come out for a while. I might do a Bronze Mythic of an older format if it's available. We'll see. But for now, like, comment, subscribe. Go watch the episodes you missed. And you're awesome. Thanks, folks. I appreciate it. You're all great. Bronze and Mythic. That's a wrap. Streets of New Capenna.